don't care who we wanna ship. We're gonna read your fic and we're gonna give it shipwrecked. Ooh, shipwrecked. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Shipwrecked, the show where we bring to life the internet's best and worst fan fiction. We're your hosts, Taneene, Cris, and Ryan, and this week we're going to be ruining Charmed for you.
So, hands up, who's seen Charmed in the last 10 years? Because that's not me.
I watch it at the gym.
Oh. That's a choice that's made.
Sorry, was that a humble brag?
I think it was.
R.I.P.
Like, I go to the gym and I watch Charmed.
And how many episodes in are you?
Oh, roasted.
How many episodes am I on? I actually what happened was I watched Vampire Diaries and Charmed. And so Vampire Diaries I've only been watching at the gym, so I'm only on episode 6. And then Charmed I watched up until halfway through season 2, a year ago. So I've just been continuing from there. So I've only seen 1 or 2 episodes. I'm still new to this whole gym thing. But
right.
Definitely still haven't encountered Rose McGowan's character yet in the story. And so any understanding I have
is it
of
McGowan or McGowan?
McGowan or McGowan? We'll just call her Rose.
I just feel like she has a lot of things to say.
I guess I can look that up right now while we speak about her.
Yeah.
So
and also, we found out today that Penny from Big Bang Theory is a character.
Yeah.
I told you guys this last episode.
Okay. Well, selectively.
Well, we listen to everything you say, Taneene.
Yeah.
That's right.
I have really good retention hearing.
Yeah. My retention is the best.
Well, anyway, so any understanding that I have of of anything past season 2, so post Shannon Doherty departure, is from here and there viewings of Charmed on TNT back when I used to go to the gym 10 years ago. So I know that the guy from Nip Tuck is on it, and that Rose McGowan, I'm going to call her McGowan, you guys can call her McGowan, and then she can at least pick and choose which one of us is her favorite if she does listen to this. Hi, Rose McGowan.
Hi.
And Kaylee Cuoco, is that her name, right? She was on it for some inexplicable reason. I think she got lost on her way to the set of The Room, and she just stumbled on to the Charm set, I guess, and that's how she ended up on the show because she
became a series regular.
Oops.
Oops. Guess I've been on the show for 2 years now.
You're well, this featured extra just keeps showing up, huh? Okay.
Guess we can name her.
Yeah, I don't know what her character's name is. I don't
know either. I thought I looked.
She makes the same dumb Penny face, though. I saw.
Man, that's just her face, though.
We should be able to.
You make the same dumb face every time I see you.
Yeah, but I'm not getting paid to make the same dumb face.
I guess
I am. Believe it or not, they pay me good money.
I believe it. Instagram promo. So I tried to watch Charmed a couple years ago after I finished Buffy, but Charmed was nowhere near as fast paced. I felt like I just couldn't get into it.
As someone who couldn't get into Buffy but loves Charmed, I don't know what you're saying, but I also find Joss Whedon a really irritating egg-shaped little waste of time of a man, so...
Don't talk about my boy like that.
He doesn't need to be your boy. I'll be your boy instead. But I think the appeal of Charmed for me, at least, was one of my favorite things about it is that it's a story about 3 very capable women trying to live their lives as they're kind of unfolding their past and this new kind of calling, and they're still trying to maintain their life. They don't drop everything just so they can pursue witchcraft, at least for the first 2 seasons. And so far, them trying to juggle leading a normal life and being capable, strong women in addition to really strong witches, I found that was really appealing to me and how they tell that story. But we'll see if it goes downhill, a la True Blood.
Charmed is one of the shows I would watch with my mom. So back when it was airing. So it's been a while, and I just get these, like little flashbacks when I read some of these fics. It's like, oh, that sounds like something that's familiar.
They make a lot of faces when they talk, I've noticed. Or at least in the second season when I was like watching it, I was like, damn, guys, like you guys are over emoting, and that's saying a lot. And they're very rude. Have you noticed? They're very rude. I don't know. I think I have rose tinted glasses right now for like the first season when I was like binging it like a year or two ago, and then now I'm going back in and like kind of watching like the second season and like working through it as like with new eyes, and I'm like, wow, they're mean.
Okay, wait, but I'm pretty sure you said rose scented glasses, and
I said tinted, not scented.
Okay. Well,
The past smells amazing.
It smells really good.
oh well, I don't know. I'm trying. I'm ready so much.
We've had a really rough night getting this going.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have a lot of strong feelings about Charmed. I wish I could have gotten into it. I respect that, it's like, woo, girl power. I know that they're all, like, pretty hot.
Oh, and their outfits are outrageous.
Yeah, I would like to dress like Charmed. I guess that's my strongest opinion is, like, if I had, just a pretty lit 90s club.
Early 2000s.
Early 2000s?
Yeah.
What was Charmed run dates?
Oh, I just found a bug. Hang on, I can't Google anything until I fix this.
Until you even kill the bug.
Okay, 1998 to 2000.
Oh, I just lost it. 1990 until what?
1998
2002?
until 2006.
And as we all know, a decade never truly ends until like the first 3 years, so, or at least the first 2 or 3 years. So it's a solidly 90s show. Guys, I don't think I killed the bug. I think I just dropped it further into my bed.
If you had some like witchy powers, you could like make the bug your familiar.
I could freeze time,
or like add it to a stew.
Add a few potatoes, and baby, you got a stew going.
Stew. It's great. Just like Mama used to make it.
Ha ha!
Just like your mom used to make, huh?
Oh. I crushed it with my finger, and now I'm disgusted.
I'm also disgusted.
Thank you, all of our dear listeners, for joining me on this traumatic journey as I hunted a bug down in my bed. And as you know, what was it last episode that we were almost veering into veganism?
Yeah, with the
Oh, how the tables have turned.
Charmed was the second longest drama broadcast by the WB, and in 2006 it became the longest running hour-long television series that featured all-female leads before it got surpassed by Desperate Housewives in 2012.
Sorry, Charmed is better than Desperate Housewives.
I watched Desperate Housewives growing up because my mom did.
Seems to be the thing with a lot of these.
I didn't used to have a motivation to watch television. I just read books. But then I met Buffy and Vampire Diaries. Oops.
All right, so who wants to read first?
Well, I mean, do we know all the characters?
If it starts with a P, it's one of the witches.
And not a P.
Yeah. Piper, Phoebe, and Penelope. No.
Prue is one that's in mine.
Prudence. That's Shannon Doherty's character. Okay. She always wants to fight.
Same. And also I gathered that it's kind of a thing where the leads die in the show. Spoilers.
All of Supernatural?
No, but they actually die and they replace them with new sisters.
No. Shannon Doherty was written off of the show after about season really early on in the show because she kept fighting everybody. I'm telling you. She likes to fight. She wants to start fights. She got written off the show and then she got replaced by Rose McGowan. I think they had to retcon some she's like their half sister, so the power of three can live on. Yeah. I've never seen an episode where she like was introduced. I've only seen like bits and like episodes where like she's like firmly established as like the third P.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know exactly how she enters the story, but that's what I understood.
I feel like probably what happened,
And
because I didn't do that for her either, but it was probably like, oh, now all this weird stuff's happening to me ever since your other sister died, and so I had to seek you guys out.
That sounds familiar.
oh,
Yeah.
that sounds right. And then there's Leo, he's a fancy boy who can like fix stuff, and he just like
It's
shows up and he
Lighter or
likes
something.
Piper.
White
White
Lighter.
lighter, which is a
What
dumb
does it
name.
mean? He's like an angel. White
He
lighter.
like can heal them. And then there's Julian McMahon's character, who I just like found out his name is Cole. I totally forgot. He's like half demon and super in love with I don't remember who. Ryan, can you help us out?
Okay,
Nope.
a white lighter is a guardian angel who protects witches and future white lighters to protect and nurture them for their intended destiny.
Aw.
Sounds lit.
Yeah, I have no idea who Cole liked.
I think Cole was involved with Piper too, because
No, Cole and Phoebe.
Phoebe is who's the boss, right? What's her name? Alyssa Milano.
Alyssa.
Okay.
Yeah. So Cole and Phoebe, and then I think she kills him.
Spoilers.
Yeah, that sounds right. I think.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could tell me anything at this point, and I'd believe it.
Cole and Phoebe.
Yeah, like there's an episode with Misha Collins.
Paige. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And he even asks Phoebe, he goes, "Are you an angel?" And I was like really pissed off that she doesn't respond and go, "No, but you will be soon." And then turns to the camera and goes, "Supernatural, 9:30 on Thursdays. That's on the CW."
No, that's amazing.
Are you reading your fic,
I can
Chris?
read mine. It's called
All right.
Gotta Love Family. It says, the description is, all Paige wanted was to master her orbing, not see ... that. Okay.
So Paige is
Yeah.
Rose McGowan, right?
So,
Okay.
and it's called Gotta Love Family, and then it has another description that says, see, told you guys I'd do a regular couple. Not much of a fanfic, but I've been watching Charmed again lately, so I figure like a little romance and humor would make a nice fanfic. For people who like Charmed, enjoy! The fact that Paige's powers were advancing since Limbo and the battle with the Source was incredible. But the fact that she still had to learn to master her orbing wasn't. She did... I
What
don't
is
fucking know
orbing?
what orbing is. Should we pause and look it up?
Nope. The confusion only adds to the appeal of this fic.
She needs to learn how to master her orbing. That's what this is about. Okay. She did all right pinpointing her next destination, but her landing sucked. Big time! Okay, so I'm guessing from this, contextually, orbing is like their Harry Potter, like, apparition shit.
Oh, I think it's how they
Okay.
move around.
Yeah!
It sounds
Yeah,
familiar.
okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. They don't own cars. They're too good for cars.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Well, they live in San
They don't
Francisco.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, you want orb away.
Okay. That didn't mean she was going to give up so easily, because as Piper mentioned, she was just as stubborn, well, not entirely, as a younger version of Phoebe, and that may as well have its advantages. With that said, she decided to give it a try. In fact, she had an idea. Just last week, she lent Piper one of her jackets since the others was at a dry cleaner's due to excessive demon blood. Apparently, Piper lost track of it, and Paige so happened to have a gorgeous guy who asked her out hours ago. No way in hell was she not gonna look mediocre for it. What? That jacket gave out a nice look that said, "Yeah, I'm hip because I'm super witch." Back to the...
Dude, you've been going on for 2 minutes about a fucking jacket. I can't get over this fic already.
Back to the matter at hand, she began to picture it in her head, blocking out everything else. She's picturing the jacket? Okay.
Just
She's gonna fuck the jacket. Chris, you have to
She
be
might.
honest with us. is this Phoebe? Is this Phoebe
there's only
slash
one way to
jacket?
find out. He figured with Piper and Leo out of the house for a bit, she could get it and go. But she had been so busy picturing the jacket for the fact she didn't hear the front door just moments ago. ... The couple quickly slammed their bedroom door, Leo locking it so they wouldn't be disturbed. Piper and Leo had originally gone out to see a romantic film at the theater, but film sometimes had a way of getting kinky, giving them both creative and naughty thoughts. So when they're
What did they
They
see?
probably went to see like
Jerry Maguire.
Mr. Bean on holiday, dude. That gets older
Yeah, you're probably
couples
right.
going.
They saw, yeah. So when the lovemaking scene came up, they excused themselves to the bathroom. From there, Leo orbed him and Piper back to the manor. Any chance we still got the belt? Piper asked, slipping her shirt off. Leo nodded to the dresser. Top drawer, he sighed in ecstasy. Once Piper found out what they were looking for, the couple bounced on the bed, laughing as they prepared. Luckily, they didn't see the blue lights emitting from their closet. I did it, she squeaked softly, finally nailing the landing. She looked at her surroundings for the first few seconds. Yep, her closet, she thought. Now if only I had a light. As she began to open the door to let some light in, she heard moaning. She was confused as she remembered the movie Piper said her and Leo were attending. Then again, peeking through, she gasped, knowing the voices as she heard Leo scream Piper's name at the top of his lungs. She knew that kind of voice, as this was the voice of pure exta-esque. A soft thud could be heard as Leo and Piper were coming down from their high. Leo perked his head up, causing Piper to be just as concerned. What's wrong, hun? She asked, still stroking his torso. He was about to speak, then shook his head, blowing it off. Probably the bed, he thought to himself. It'll be a miracle if we didn't break the box spring. Paige? Phoebe called out, crossing her bedroom. The middle sister had come home. Where did Phoebe come from? The middle sister had come home from the office to find Paige was nowhere to be seen. Piper thought she had been on her date, and Phoebe would have thought so too, but Erin, her date, called the manor, asking for her. When she reached Piper's room, she looked around. Rare chance, she thought, but it wouldn't hurt. Paige! She was cut short as she noticed her younger sister's hand coming from the closet. Getting ready to panic, she inched the door slowly, not wanting to jump to conclusions. There lied Paige, of course, unconscious. What? Why did this happen? Hoping for an answer, she touched Paige to get a premonition of what could have happened. After what seemed like minutes, she opened her eyes and chuckled. It was only a matter of time before that happened, Phoebe thought to herself, standing up, though I did assume she wasn't the fainting type. Just thinking of the word fainting made her chuckle again. Sam, fainting is such a funny word. She recalled a similar situation, though it was more of a teenage Prue making out with Andy on Piper's bed years ago. Piper had retched before screaming at Prue to get out. Cole shimmered into the room as Phoebe was debating. I do want to shimmer into a room. Okay.
These people are way too sexy for my tastes. Everyone needs to, move out.
Shimmer.
Okay, Cole shimmered into the room as Phoebe was debating what to do next. He was about to kiss her when the sight of Paige stopped him. He thought to himself for a moment. Fainted? He asked. With a nod from Phoebe, he just shook his head, grabbing the younger sister's hand as well as his fiancé's. Shall we? He winked. So why is he grabbing an unconscious Paige and Phoebe?
Gosh.
Because they're gonna shimmer out of here.
With that, the three shimmered out. That's the last line.
Yeah, because they want to get to the jacket, dude.
Oh yeah, jacket.
It's the whole. You guys are forgetting the core of this story is the allegory of what the jacket represents.
The jacket off. Anyway.
On that note.
So, all right, thanks for listening.
It was a good show. Good night.
Yeah, it was, I feel like this fandom, the fics were mostly pretty fluffy, but
Seems to be the case with a lot of these early 90s, 2000s TV shows.
Yeah.
It's just it feels rude to imagine them in
It feels rude.
non-fluffy
I
scenarios.
only like
You
to
know,
think
it
about
just
them
seems.
Unpolite.
You know, it's just
Yeah, that's
unsportsmanlike.
some
Okay,
bad
I just.
sportsmanship.
Bad form.
You know,
Sorry.
the new age stuff, anything past anything that started in 2005 and later, get cuckoo. Like, I don't care what you want to get up to in their free time. Like, they can I don't care. But anything before that, they're
Unless
fragile
it's,
and must be protected.
In which case, like,
Well, no, because then all you have to do is then you ship her with Ron in Parks and Rec.
oh,
Boom.
true.
Problem solved.
Owie.
Did
Yeah. I bet they have really, yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like they take
Yeah.
turns lifting each other up and tossing each other through the wall. Like, I just feel like they're so yeah, like there's a lot of
hope so.
screaming. But
Or they just have
good
really
screaming. I don't know.
vanilla whiskey sex, basically. Yeah.
Ron, his mustache came off from
Really?
friction.
What?
Yeah, don't you remember Ron and Tammy Part 2 in season
Tammy.
3 or 4? Where he's and Ben, they're driving him home from jail, and Ben goes, "Oh, you shaved part of your mustache," and he goes, "No, it rubbed off from friction." And then Ben is just
This
vomiting.
is getting me hyped for
Quietly.
a Parks and Rec episode. I just want to read all the.
See, that's the problem. I don't want to see First off, I just feel like April and
no, that's
Andy
what I want.
terrifying.
I want to see
that
something with
Terrifying.
what's her name? The snake. Janet Snake.
Oh, Janet Snakel. Do you remember that outtake where she slaps him and then he goes, "Do it again," and she slaps him and he goes, "Oh my god, do you have a boner?" And she runs
That's
away.
amazing.
We'll tweet the link.
All I want.
in
Yeah, check out our
Twitter.
Charmed episode, and then it's. Oh my god!
It's
Do
really
you have
just
a boner?
I just feel like, do you guys remember in Ingrid Goes West when she has hot Catwoman sex with
No.
O'Shea Jackson Jr.? Oh, okay. I'm gonna see if I can find that clip. We're gonna tweet that clip.
Just-
So we wanted, yeah. And then we're just gonna read fanfiction about Aubrey Plaza.
Yep. But speaking of reading fanfiction, I'll slide right in with my solid fic
I'm ready.
right now. You guys ready? All right. This one's called Dying to Start Again, and it's fantastic. So, this one, if you guys end up finding it, it has a lot of graphics and photos in the middle of it, which really adds to the
Illustrated?
ambiance. It's not illustrated. It's little
it ASCII art?
photoshopped. No, it's a little photoshopped pictures and stuff.
Man.
Okay.
All right. So the characters are Cole Turner. So as we've established, it's the guy from Nip Tuck as a half demon, and Bella Swan, but very specifically listed that Leighton Meester is Bella Swan, not Kristen Stewart. If you even pretend for 1 second that it's Kristen Stewart, then you're out of here.
Okay, I already like this person. Yeah.
You guys ready? Okay. So, let's get started. In a forest far from the busy streets of San Francisco, a shadow is watching a painful scene. One that makes him, one of the worst demons, shake his head at how cruel and heartless this breakup is. Okay, first off, sorry. It starts, it says, the song I listened for this chapter, Dying to Start Again by Love Life. Then it has a little picture of a forest, and it says Forest Forks, comma, Washington. And then it says in a forest far away. Oh my god, I read it as a forest not far away, and I was like, does she not understand how far away San Francisco is from Washington? Okay, sorry. I will come back. I got really confused for a second. Back to the fic. His own heart is hurting for the woman who just collapsed from the pain of such a painful breakup. The half-demon shakes his head. The dark-haired man is ready to step forward and slap this imbecile. He has been called a monster, and he knows from a look into the cold one's soul that he believes himself a monster. He is a monster, but not for the reason he is telling himself. No, it is for the cruelty the witness is seeing right now. How dare he leave a woman who loves him to that level? Does he not understand that this kind of love is rare? Cole himself wanted that kind love. All living creatures want such a giving and selfless love, and those like himself and the boy in front of him rarely find it. Moreover, this idiot has just torn the heart out of an innocent, one of the true. Cole, too, had had a chance at that same kind of love. Instead of treasuring it, he had destroyed the woman he loved and ended up leaving to help her out. He left them, thinking that he had been destroyed, but he would never allow it since any other demon who took over would not leave them alone. He has spent the time away from the charmed ones watching over others. He may be a half-demon, but he is determined to change himself. He wants to prove that he can be more than just the source of evil, or even be more than just Balthazar, that he can control the evil part and have it coexist with the other parts of himself, the human, the demon, and the source of all evil. While wandering, he had come across Bella when she had run from the tracker all the way to Phoenix. He had been passing through when he heard the cries of a woman, and when he looked into the building, even he had been horrified to see a vampire attacking the woman and essentially playing with her. Vampires are also named cold ones, not just for the skin temperature, but for the cold-heartedness they seem to acquire. He had been ready to go to her side, but instead the young vampire who claimed to love her came in and through a series of happenings, he saved her. Nevertheless, it was not without seeming to subject her to more pain. However, something had pulled Cole to this woman. Still does to this day, in fact. She may be a girl to everyone else, but when someone loves that deeply, there's nothing young about it. This is a woman before her time. Therefore, Cole has kept an eye on her and gotten angry with her a couple times when the family had run roughshod over her feelings. How could such a strong woman as he had found her to be allow them to take away all her choices? So many times he had wanted to come through and save her, but he didn't. He didn't want to take over her life like they had. It does nothing for her. Cole has relearned patience, slowly and painfully. Every part of him has called for this woman to be his, and he resisted. Then came her birthday party, that horrible party that he swears was only to make this happen. The blonde vampire had not attacked her. That was clear to him, and he hopes to Isabella. However, this had been far from what he thought was to happen. Leaving her? And in this forest? The same forest he had heard the idiot boy tell her it was unsafe? Did he want her to die? Torn about what to do, Cole watches as she falls apart. When he can't take it anymore, he forms a more stable form in order to protect her. He senses another, and he spreads his influence to push them away, knowing that they are not all human. Nothing will bother his charge until she is ready for it. With the vampires gone, she will be open to others hunting her, hurting her. Once you're touched by the supernatural, there's no way to be free of it. Something will fill the void left behind by them. I'm going to stop it there, even though this may or may not be the greatest fic I've ever laid eyes upon. I'm kind of in love with it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm Team Cole now. Move over Team Edward.
Yeah, clearly he's an imbecile who needs to be slapped, which is possibly my favorite line of thought. Like you're half a demon, all you want to do is slap this guy.
Yeah, no, he's just like, no, I'm over disemboweling. I just like to slap now.
No, sorry. Can I read this other section really quick?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So, he's picked her up. He's warming her up, and because he's half demon, so I guess he can he's warm her or whatever. And then she wakes up, and she's like, Bella looks around, and then she looks behind her to the man who had held her last night. She asks hesitantly, "Who are you?" She had never met him before, but she can't shake the feeling that she knows him. Cole looks at her and answers honestly. I am known as Cole Turner. I have another name. A couple, actually. But to be blunt, I don't think you want to know too much about me, do you? which I don't know, that just makes sense to me. He lifts an eyebrow to her in question and hopes she takes the hint. He has much to do, now that he has found his direction again, but he will not lie to her. Looking up at him, Bella takes in the blue eyes, knowing that he is not a vampire. However, she cannot help but want to know. Why not? The same curiosity that led to her relationship with Edward is alive and working overtime. He chuckles. Sweetheart, if after you get home and feel better, you want to know more, I will tell you. However, you cannot fall apart because of this selfish brat. He doesn't deserve your love, and if he would leave you so easily. What? He doesn't deserve your love if he would leave you so easily. Believe me, I had that type of love, and I did much. Wow, I'm so sorry. I'm rereading this section again.
Is he just like is he now like hating on Phoebe? Like I had that kind of
No,
love?
he's not hating on Phoebe. He's hating on Edward, and then he's like mentioning that he like has a lot of regrets about the way he treated Phoebe, I think.
Oh.
But like for some reason the way he talks, like I could totally imagine him being like Bill Compton, right? Yeah. Like listen, watch, he chuckles. Sweetheart, if after you get home and feel better, you want to know more, I will tell you. Like it sounds so Bill Compton-y.
No, it's very Bill Compton. Oh man.
However, you cannot fall apart because of that selfish brat. He doesn't deserve your love if he would leave you so easily. Believe me, I had that type of love with Silky. And I did much I am not proud of to keep it. His voice is lower in tone, and it shows how sincere he feels about the matter. Like, that's how you tell, because when your voice gets low, you're very sincere about things that you're saying. That's why I only tell people I love them in this voice.
It's just my sincere voice.
Sincere voice.
This is how you can tell I'm being very serious about it.
No, you just sound like Ross.
So this made me think, as someone who was reading Twilight, and you're like, who would actually be perfect in this book? A character from a show that's 10 years old. Just like
hells to the yeah.
Twilight is also
Twilight
10 years
I feel
old
like
now,
that was
though.
Okay, so
like 2000.
Still, they're holding a torch for Cole for 5 years.
Yeah,
at least.
No, but I think.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I saw an alarming amount of Teen Wolf crossovers when I was browsing.
Teen Wolf is just, we got to do that fandom soon. But have you guys watched Teen Wolf?
I have seen the original Michael J. Fox masterpiece, as well as Jason Bateman's movie debut, Teen Wolf 2, about
all of that is irrelevant if you have not seen the MTV series Teen Wolf.
I don't know. Michael J. Fox covered in yak hair was kind of a sexual awakening for 15-year-old me. I'm kidding. Right. It was Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future, a film that came out pretty much in the same week in 1985. Crazy year for Michael J. Fox, guys. Teen Wolf, Back to the Future. He was in Family Ties. I mean, what can that Canadian not do?
Just...
I just really like Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox has watched the MTV series Teen Wolf.
Fine.
Fine. Whatever.
Okay.
It's cool, I guess.
I'm just saying. Eric.
Look, I don't appreciate the retcon of Styles' character of not being a piece of garbage man with weird shirts, though.
Okay, no. Styles is an amazing character. He's like...
And Dylan O'Brien is so cute.
Styles is just... Yeah. I've watched all of Teen Wolf, I think. Unless there's a new season before it ended.
And then there's that guy that's on Kroll Show, right?
Probably.
Yeah, it's like John Daly or something.
Welcome to the Charmed episode where we talk about everything except for Charmed.
We're trying our best, okay? God.
Charmed definitely set the stage for more supernatural dramas, I think.
I mean, I always pitch Supernatural to people as if X-Files and Charmed had a really masculine baby.
Yeah.
It'd be Charmed. I mean, Supernatural.
No,
wow.
It's right. It's X-Files meets Charmed. And then super math, but also really gay. You know what? Actually, there was a lot of incest fix for Charmed. Besides the fluffy,
Yeah,
all the
there were a lot of incest fics, but with these characters, I mean, with these characters that I don't think are in the first few seasons, because I was
like
like,
the two
who are
brothers.
these people?
Oh yeah, but there was yes, there was a lot of the two brothers, Wyatt and something else. But then there was also Cris, yeah, and then there was a lot of like Paige and like Phoebe and Paige and Piper.
Yeah, they don't need to touch.
But to be honest, like there's not like sexual tension between these siblings. Like unlike in Supernatural, where there's just like an unfortunate amount of sexual tension between these brothers.
All they do is make prolonged eye contact and like talk about each other's penises. Like I don't understand.
It's like, Sammy.
It's okay, Sammy.
Okay, no, I just want a whole episode where Dean just impersonates Bill Compton. This is all I want.
It's okay.
No, I would
Sammy.
I want a crossover fic with Sookie and Dean Winchester.
Oh Jesus Christ! I can only imagine.
Yeah. He'll be
She
like,
would just be like,
Dean's just like, I just fucked a fairy.
you just think that because you're cute and pretty, you can just waltz on in here and tell me what to do. Like, we Stackhouse women do not listen to random little, like, passerby. And then Sam Rila is getting all, like, fucking huffy because he's like, no beautiful men other than myself and Jason Stackhouse allowed in this bar at any given time, or I will fight them. Personally, I will fight them.
I will fight them all.
And then there's Sam in the corner going, so get this. That bar owner over there, he's a shifter.
So get this.
So get this.
No, your Sam impression is too on the nose. I'm not okay. Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah, so,
Oh, and for sure, Bobby knew Gran. 100%.
oh, yeah.
No, yeah.
Bobby
knew Gran.
Yeah.
And I feel like Bill Compton knew their mom.
Oh, probably. He was
So, like, because if he had encountered John Winchester, like, they wouldn't have left on amicable terms. But if he had met Mary Winchester, she would have been like, you know, he's like, oh, I knew your mother. Like, she was very kind to me at a certain point in my life. Like, whatever. And there's just, like, her giving him, like, Eggos or something.
I bet, like, Crowley and Eric are allies. Yes.
And then Crowley always implies about that one time they did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where he's like, oh, if I recall, you liked it when I did that. And then Eric's like, you know, that was one night or something. And then Pam's always like in the background going like, why am I always excluded?
Yeah, no. But Pam definitely bangs Felicia Day's character before she dies. What's her name? Charlie?
Yeah.
Yes. Pam and Charlie? Yes.
Pam and Charlie for sure.
No, this is happening. So, yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah, so anyway, we're ready for the True Blood Charmed crossover, or True Blood Supernatural.
Supernatural.
Crossover. Yeah.
Well, let's go to the next fic.
I'll tell ya.
What do you have for us, Ryan?
Episode 2, Season 9. Don't know which one that is.
That's too many.
Yeah, I
that's
just
too many
noticed
seasons.
Season
I can't
9
handle
is
that.
a little excessive by anyone's terms.
Except for Supernatural.
That's
Are you saying that it's not
9
excessive?
Where it needed to quit. I mean, it needed to quit after 5, but
I say that if you can get past the dick season, you get to season 8, it's pretty good.
And so bad.
And season 10 wasn't bad, but 6 and 7 were really bad.
I did like Demon Dean purely for the Crowley and Dean slash.
Jeez. They just like... Oh my god. Sorry. Ryan, please before we get very...
Because otherwise I'm going to get
Every episode is just us struggling to keep Taneene away from Supernatural.
Yeah, Supernatural or Harry Potter.
He's like, I can't do this. I can't do this now. Not here. Not now. Not ever.
Yeah.
All right. I was on the floor sleeping because my bed was too lumpy. I have to tell Piper I need a new bed. Why did I tell you that? I do not know why. Good morning, Phil. I've got a surprise for you, Piper said. I looked at her and said, is it a flat screen TV? You should have seen my face. No, it's Phoebe. She took a day off and decided to see you. As she finished her sentence,
Not a flat screen TV. Fuck you, Phoebe.
fuck you, Phoebe. You're not my real mom. Phoebe had just walked in the door. Uncle Phil, how are you? It's been so long. I gave her a great big hug and opened the newspaper. So what do you want to do this morning? I thought. How about play basketball? Let me show you how good I am. I grabbed a basketball and passed it to her. No playing basketball in the house. Go outside. We ran outside to play. Right after that, Leo orbed into the house. Hey, Piper interrupted his sentence and gave him a kiss on the cheek. We got a real problem, Phil. Phoebe. He came rushing to the man looking confused. We got a demon problem. So I'm pretty sure the first person is Phil. Like when it says I.
Phil of the future?
Yeah. Phil Ricky Thurm. What's his name? Anyway.
Who is Phil?
Who is Phil? Phil Hallowell.
Oh shit, dude. I didn't know there were other P-named Hallowells. What the fuck?
This was dark.
Honestly, I have no idea what's happening right now.
This is why we keep veering off topic, because none of us
like
know
their
anything
dad?
about this
Is
show.
he a dad? Is he like a brother? Like, what the fuck?
It said Uncle Phil.
Is he a son?
Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil? Hey, is it Uncle Phil from Bel Air?
That's what I'm choosing to believe now. Okay.
Okay, alright, this is my mental image now.
Fic.
This is now a crossover fic with Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince. Oh, Fresh Prince is another one we gotta do.
We came walking in the attic. I opened the Book of Shadows. My first demon. Okay, what's his name? Leo looked guilty as if you were hiding something. Can't tell you because I do not know anything. All I know is that the demon can be anywhere at once, but there is only one demon you have to vanquish the others. I puffed. And again, this I is Uncle Phil. I'll go and ask the elders if they know anything. I orbed up to where the elders hide.
Orbing around.
Says, have you ever tried to drive in San Francisco? It's just not happening. Okay, so but real question. Do you think that the witches ever interacted with Raven from That's So Raven?
Oh,
Absolutely they did. Are you kidding? Corey in the house was just the Charmed ones hanging out with Corey. Did you guys not watch that spinoff?
I mean, yeah. But I mean, Raven was psychic.
You're a terrible liar.
I'm awful.
Okay, if you think I'm not currently searching That's the Raven Charmed crossover. Oh yeah.
Can I tell you guys?
There
really
is one.
really
There is
awful?
one
yeah,
story. There is one story. It's called That's So Charmed.
Oh, we're reading it after Ryan's. Because can I tell you guys? I couldn't find any Charmed Friends crossover fics. Maybe I'm not very good at looking.
All right, this next scene, and this is also in italics, this next scene takes place at a house with a group of kids playing a new dangerous game called Lose a Life when something bad happened.
Uh-oh.
Whew. The three girls were setting up the game. She rolled the dice and picked up a card. You lose your life, the card said. The girl felt a very cold chill. Winds of gust came into the house, swirling. It shaped into a hurricane. It turned the girl who rolled and began to suck her into the game. Ah.
Is this too much?
She screamed as she disappeared into the game. Ah. Morning came again. Groans. I got up and answered the door. Hello, Daryl. He didn't expect me. I'm looking for Piper. She's not home till tomorrow. I'm Phil. Uncle Phil. Didn't you move? Yeah, how did you know? I'm a witch too, so what up, dude? He ignored my last sentence. Someone just disappeared last night. She left after starting a mysterious game called Lose a Life. I think it's something supernatural. I gave a devious smile. Daryl, can you get me to that game board with everything to it inside? It's about vanquishing a demon. He nodded and walked away. I closed the door and ran into the attic and settled up the candles. I was going to contact the dead. I chanted, hear these words, hear my cry, spirits from the other side. Come to me, I summoned thee Cross now the great divine. Who are you? Grams asked. She didn't remember me because we didn't meet since I was born. I was on the road a lot, I should say. I'm your grandchild. I'm a charmed one, she gasped. Phil. Yeah, hi, Grams. Look, there's a game demon on the loose, and we need you and Prue to come down tonight and play the game as bait. She went back to Patty and the others. She left a note saying that she'll do it. It's about 7:30 when Grams brought Prue. Prue is my sister. Hey, Phil. Prue said, we're ready to vanquish. Wait, how are we going to vanquish it? Prue asked. I looked in the Book of Shadows. It says the only way to vanquish him is to have him struck by lightning, and if it leads me to the demon, it should work. I picked up a card after I rolled. It said, nice try, witch. The same thing is happening to me just like that girl. Before I summoned the lightning, the hurricane sucked me into the game board, where I looked around me and noticed that I am in his lair. Good job, but you have failed. I saw all the girls who were sucked into the game. As you know, nothing can defeat me. That's what you think, I began to chant. Thunder my anger, lightning my might. Bring to me clouds black as night. No, it can't be. Lightning struck the demon, then got vanquished. All the people who sucked in were free and didn't remember a thing. Piper and Leo opened the door and rushed in. What happened? Oh my God, Prue. Prue waved hi. Piper looked at me wondering what was going on. Don't worry, guys. I vanquished the game demon. Well, I'm going to bed, Piper said. Be careful. What? I don't want another grandchild. Grams looked confused. Let's continue playing. It's a family night out.
Family night out.
Thank
Game demons. Yeah.
So, thank you, Game Demon. So I'm much more interested in this That's So Raven Charmed fic because they both.
It's not. It doesn't look like it's that great.
Just the fact that it's a That's So Raven Charmed fic makes it
okay.
great.
I mean, I'll start it, but so it's 6,000 words. I'm trying to find the place where they start like actually interacting. That doesn't happen until the 3rd chapter. And okay, let's see what we got. All right, they're trying to vanquish someone. Okay, here we go. Chapter 3. Park right here, Phoebe said, and Prue did. The sisters got out of Prue's car. Is this the place? Piper asked. Yeah, it's the Robinson Phlegm. What the fuck is a Robinson Phlegm? Phoebe said as they came up to the library. And the attack happened right here? Prue asked. Yeah, right on the grass here, Phoebe said, looking at her watch. At 11:10, exactly. There's the clock tower you saw, Piper said, pointing to the mini timekeeper. Okay, so we're here, so where's the demon? Prue asked. Suddenly the sisters heard the noise of a car slam shut. They turned around. I thought you said people are rarely around at this time, Prue said. I did, Phoebe said, suddenly seeing 2 young women and a young man walking from around the library. The man had a shotgun in his arms. Who the hell are they? Piper asked. I've seen those girls before, Phoebe said. Yeah? And why the hell do they have weapons? Prue asked. Maybe they're warlocks, Piper said. Phoebe shook her head in disagreement. The red-headed girl had an axe attached to her back and carried a handgun. The darker girl also carried a handgun. So I'm guessing that's dark.
It's a darker girl.
They're trying to say she's black. Okay. Shocked. So now we know that Raven and Chelsea are showing up. Who are they? Eddie asked. I'm not sure, Raven said. Hold on, isn't that brown-haired girl in our Psych 101 class? Chelsea said. Wow, I think she is, Raven said. It's 11:11. We gotta do this now. The 3 walked up to the female trio. They're coming up to us, Piper said. I don't think we have to worry, Phoebe said. They have guns and an axe, Prue said. Phoebe reached into her small purse that she carried across her chest and took out a few vials. Take them, but don't waste them. What are those? I don't know. Okay. Listen, you guys, I don't know what your problem is, but you should leave, Prue said. No, you need to leave, Raven said. It's not safe. Trust us, we can take care of ourselves, Prue said. They all heard a scream and saw a girl running towards them. There she is, Phoebe and Raven yelled simultaneously. Then they looked at each other uneasy. So I guess it's like Phoebe and Raven have the same powers. Alright,
They do, and they make the same fucking face every time it happens too. Like, oh, they all, you know that at the end of the video, jizzed in my pants.
No,
That's
you're
what they
right.
look like. They're like,
You're right.
oh.
Crystal turned and saw the man walking after her. Who the fuck is Crystal? It was strange that even though she was going 10 times faster than he was, he seemed to be able to catch up with her. Crystal pulled off her book bag and threw it behind her, trying to slow the man down. This was my vision, Raven said. Knox, Prue screamed. Suddenly, the man raised his hand, and a fireball appeared in his hand, and he threw it, and Crystal screeched as it hit her shoulder. Then she fell to the ground, and suddenly a blood-colored red dagger appeared in his hand. He's going to kill her, Chelsea said. Oh no,
Eddie?
I don't know. Oh no, he isn't, Prue said, walking her hand.
Is this Eddie?
I guess this guy's name is Knox.
Knock.
I don't
The
Knox.
fuck is knock?
Knox.
Did you knack?
Knox, like Knox.
I mean, I'm aware what knock is.
Knox? Like
Yeah.
Fort Knox?
Whoa.
Okay,
Whoa,
cool.
Raven said. Eddie raised his shotgun and aimed it at the man and shot him repeatedly in the chest. Let's see that freak try to hurt anyone else, he smiled.
Eddie, Jesus.
Oh my Nicolas Cage, Crystal, Phoebe said, walking towards her. Oh, this is your goddamn thing. It changes everything to Nicolas Cage, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. So, this is a fun fact.
Oh, it's so dumb.
I have an extension on my computer that changes every mention of the word God to Nicolas Cage. So, and I guess Cris didn't know that because I have to switch it back in my mind.
Mm-mm.
And she just said, oh, my Nicolas Cage.
You know, this happens more.
Yeah, you have to get used to it.
Whatever. The sisters, Chelsea, Eddie, and Raven, fell to the ground unconsciously. That's better, Knox said, holding the knife. He jumped the ground to Crystal. She screamed. I love it when you do that, he said. And then he stabbed Crystal, and there was a lot of blood.
There was a lot of blood.
He then began to cut around her chest. It only took a minute when he was able to take out her heart. He stood, holding it in his hand, laughing. And then suddenly, everyone began to regain consciousness. What's going on? Chelsea asked. Oh, my Nicolas Cage, he did it, Raven cried. Standing up. Everyone now stood staring at Knox. You son of a bitch, Phoebe screamed. Throw the potions! The sisters threw the vials, and they smashed into Knox. Ah! He screeched. His eyes turned. His eyes turned completely black, and his veins appeared in her, thumping quickly. What? Suddenly, his hand became gray, like a stone. No! Knox yelled, as his entire body transformed into a statue. Suddenly, everything was quiet. The only thing that was rock hard about Knox was his eyes. Why are his eyes being described as rock hard? What?
His eyes?
Yeah, the only thing that was rock hard about Knox was his eyes.
Oh yeah, baby got those rock hard eyes.
He turned into a statue, but the only thing that was rock hard was his eyes. Wow.
Literally, on hard things on a man's body ranked from the top, it's eyes, and then nipples, and then nothing else.
Wow, Eddie said. Look at those rock hard eyes. It worked, Phoebe said. Okay, the spell, Piper said. Prue grabbed a piece of paper out of her pocket. Here. They all took hold of the paper, then they read it out loud. The power of three. The power of three shall set us free. The power of three shall set us free. The power of three shall set us free. In this place and in this hour we call upon a greater power. Vanquish this ancient evil, and die he must. With the spell he turns to dust. Suddenly a whirlwind began to appear around the sculpture of Knox. Sparks flew, the stone cracked, they could hear a gigantic scream, and then the statue blew up, and Knox vanished. A dust slowly poured on the grass. Unvanquishable my ass, Prue said. And I think, let me see if they interact, but I think that's where we should end it. Yeah.
Wow. Eddie is pretty cold.
Well, I guess Knox is not Eddie.
Well, no, but Eddie,
Is that so?
I don't know. Eddie's
It's a good thing we cleared that up. Sorry, I'm just glad we cleared that up, considering that
yeah, that's
didn't
what I'm
Eddie
saying.
shoot Knox in the chest?
He didn't even flinch. He just like pulled up his gun.
yeah, but Knox had just ripped a girl's heart out. So of course Eddie was like gonna shoot him.
Eddie's like 16.
Eddie is a watchful protector.
Yeah,
Oh boy, is
yeah. Eddie's seen some shit though. So
yeah.
that's so Raven. Yeah.
He isn't
Well,
fucking around.
Oh my god, I just had a vision. Everything's covered in blood.
I learned a new word today, and it's unvanquishable. Unvanquishable.
Apparently didn't learn it very well.
Dipshit. Okay. Yeah, closing thoughts about Charmed?
I thought I remembered Charm a lot better than I did.
We do not know anything about Charmed, is my closing thought on Charmed, is we know a lot more about other shows.
We're not even sure if her name is Rose McGowan or Rose McGowan.
At this point,
Fuck.
I'm too scared to look.
No, I looked
Yeah.
it up and I just found all these weird YouTube, like, how to pronounce it. And I was like, Siri isn't going to teach me how to pronounce Rose McGowan's name.
I mean, she might teach you how not to pronounce it, so
Ugh, Siri.
that's one way.
Why don't we ask Quentin Tarantino? I bet he could tell us.
Yeah, I'm sure he would just want to lick someone's toes and do a bump of coke. I don't think he's much help.
He's probably doing coke off of toes. So
Yeah. I'm just writing a new script longhand because that's what a real director does. Ugh. I don't know why I'm ughing. I'm sitting underneath a gigantic Reservoir Dogs poster.
Okay, we all have our problematic faves.
Anyway, Charmed. Great show, but we don't know enough about it.
Yeah. It was good. It was a thing. We did it.
Thanks for tuning into this week's episode of Shipwrecked. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or better yet, fic recs or episode suggestions, tweet us at ShipwreckCast or visit our website at shipwreckedpodcast.com. So from our OT3 to yours, so long and see you next week.